Today we're going to install the Team Z Motorsports two-piece composite deck lid. This is the rear portion. It's just a bond-on, and for time purposes, we've already started and cleaned up the material and trimmed this. Although it does come with a very clear trim line, so you know exactly where to cut it, and it will go in like this. We have a few more clips to weld on, and then it'll be bonded on with glue, and then we will put the Zeus tabs on for the top flat panel. We removed the lower back window light trim because we're welding Zeus's on here. When this goes back in, it's held in with speed clips here, and you're going to have to trim for the Zeus tabs in order to get it to fit proper. So, you know, pretty much you can lay it in and trim that out. None of it's going to be seen because it will be under the deck lid anyways. For our Zeus spacing, we definitely line this one up in the center of the trunk latch. There's a little body line here, you can get it off of that. And typically, you know, we put them in at 13 3/4 inch centers, center to center on the Zeus hole. They'll both measure out the same at 13 3/4 if you've done right. And then to the outer one, it's usually 12 1/2 if it's done right. And that one's right in at 12 1/2. And so is that one in at 12 1/2. We've just got these tack welded in. We're going to show you how to bond on the back cap of the two-piece deck lid. Justin's putting the adhesive on our little bonding panel made for the rear cap of the deck lid. We're putting 2 beads on. The cap is approximately 2 1/2, 3 inches wide. And we're making sure we got enough glue to make this thing sticky. All right, now Justin, roll a thick, heavy bead in there. Justin's laying in a heavy bead of adhesive on the back edge where the old weather strip lip used to be, so that the cap can bond down on top of that, so that when you put your wing on the back of this or whatever and you're going 200, 220 miles an hour, the whole piece don't fly off. And we got a thick bead on there. And now it's pretty simple and straightforward. Lay this in there, set it, get some tape. Tape it so it's level. And then we come into the inside and we just push that down into the adhesive. And then when everything's done, we'll backfill that with another bead of adhesive. We use Part Light 7300B adhesive. You can use 3M panel bond that you can get at your local paint store. In a pinch, if you're just using a fiberglass deck lid, you can use fiberglass or Duraglass. If you use the Duraglass, make sure you drill a couple little holes in these panels so that it has something to squeeze through and grab onto. Now we're going to make the lineup marks for the Zeuses. Typically what you want to do is find the center of the Zeus tab and come back. We've taped everything off, and just make a center line mark on your tape. And there is no Zeus tab there, but you kind of want to center that up because we are going to drill that for a Zeus tab on the flange that's built into the deck lid. Okay, now we're going to lay the top panel on. and do the same thing. We're going to line up our lines for the Zeus's. Sometimes the Zeus tabs have to be tweaked a little bit, just because when you weld them they pull, so just make sure they're not fully welded in. You may have to push one down before you already fully weld it to make sure that the deck lid sits right and level. Okay, we'll set the gaps so they're fairly consistent all the way around on the deck lid. And then we'll lay another piece of tape on to hold it in place. Then we'll go ahead and transfer our lines onto this piece of tape. So this way we'll know where our Zeus center is going to be drilled into this one. Then once we pull the deck lid off, we'll measure in from the edge of the deck lid to the center of the Zeus hole, and then duplicate that measurement on this, and that's where we'll drill for the center of our Zeus hole.
Action.
Okay, I'm picking up where Dave left off here. I marked from the Zeus tabs to the outer edge of the body line is 1 inch in. So I measured out the Zeus tabs all the way around. Made a straight line for the center hole for the Zeus tab. So I'm gonna pop this trunk lid back off and drill out these holes for Zeus tabs. All I'm using is a unibit here for multiple size holes, and just run it in. As you can see here, holes are lined right up. All we have to do is pop our Zeus tabs in and you're all set and ready to rock. Okay, recapping on our trunk lid deal. Obviously we started with our bonding plates so that we could bond this piece on first. You're going to weld on the bonding plates, weld on all your Zeus tabs around. Just make sure you center everything. We centered everything is all centered. That way it looks even when the Zeus's are on and trunk lid's painted. You don't have Zeus's just randomly all over the place. You're gonna put Zeus's through here as well, even though those aren't drilled right now. But you know, it's pretty simple install. You're gonna need some sort of bonding agent to bond this back piece on. But other than that, if you guys have any questions about our deck lid, please call us at Team Z Motorsports or go on our website at teamzmotorsports.net.